I started my new garden yesterday. Got all kinds of different stuff. Kale, pumpkin, collards, cucumbers, peas, beans, yarrow, I don't even know what that is, tomatoes. Most of my tomatoes I'm growing from seed at my house in little containers, because that's the main thing I really actually want to eat. Maybe make some pasta sauce or something. What else we got? Spinach, fava beans, lettuce, dill, peppers, jalapenos, rutabaga, beets, onions, mustard greens. Mainly just like what I actually want to eat. I got squash down there, but who actually eats squash? I don't think anyone actually eats squash. Really, I want onions, peppers, and tomatoes, mostly. Also got cabbage and mustard greens. This is the remnants of my old garden. Kind of just cleaned it out and used the dirt for this. And then I got this row, I'm gonna keep this going down all the way to the end of that tree I have marking there. And then I'll start a new row here. I use cardboard that I lie down, and then you can just walk it up. And then you take your rake or whatever, and you take the pole of the rake, you lie it down, and you make little notches like this. Then you put the potting soil on top of that. Of course, yesterday it was like, I don't know, 50 out, and today it's now like 30, and it's about to snow. Of course, right after I plant my seeds, it's gonna snow, but I think that it'll do fine. Yeah, that's my update on my garden. Then I got my forage up here. I got all these wood chips. You start the wood chips up with a propane tank with a fire starter, like the fire hose or whatever. It starts up pretty quick, and then you get a blower. You put it down here. It goes inside there, and it has a hole at the bottom of the cylinder here. And you just turn on the blower, let it idle, and the air goes up through the thing into the cinder, into the wood chips that are burning, and it just roars into a fire like real quick. Then you can start put the metal in there, wait till it's red hot. Now, I was using this as an anvil, but it's not a very good anvil. It's actually a horrible anvil because it's not straight, it's bent. I had a piece of metal I actually tested it on. You just see how it's bent a little bit. Just because I bend it. Figure I'm gonna try to do a little side business, making knives. I got all this scrap metal here on this land, and I got a bunch of trees that were hit by lightning, or like in storms. My selling point will be I'll have the handles made of lightning struck wood, so it's like a rare type of knife. I think there's a lot of knife collectors out there. I think they'll go for that. And then eventually I want to start doing more unique stuff with the metal, like trying different quenching techniques. I mean, from what I can see online, the only ways of quenching that people use are water and oil. No one really tries anything else. Out of all the knife makers on YouTube, I can't find anyone that's done anything but oil or water. I want to try like a bucket of honey. Honey's got that property where it lasts forever, as long as it's not, as long as it's stored correctly. Kind of like gold. It's one of those things that, like, gold and honey are like the only things that are really resistant to deteriorating, to corruption or erosion. So I think, and honey also has a really unique structure. So I think if you quenched a knife in it, then maybe that structure goes into the metal and helps like increase its hardness or whatever. I also want to try different ways of tempering. And the secret to making the knife like keep its edge, so you don't have to always sharpen it, is the tempering. And the tempering is, there's so much you could experiment with tempering. So I only found one guy that seems to do this on all of YouTube. He has like no followers, but he experimented with tempering, and he found that if he the type of steel that he was using, if he puts it into, he has an oven, like a electric oven that he can control the temperature. If he tempers it at 376 degrees Fahrenheit for 6 hours and like a certain amount of minutes, then that's when he gets the strongest metal. And his knives, he was lining up nails and then putting the knife on top of it and then smashing the top of the knife with a hammer to make it cut the nail. And he did it like 10 times in a row, and there was not a nick on his knife because he tempered it that way. And I'm sure there's all kinds of different tempering. Like, what if he did it for 12 hours? What if he put it in the oven for 12 hours? Would it be stronger, weaker? There's a lot of room for experimentation with tempering, I think. Yeah, that's what I'm up to now. I'm gonna finish the garden, and then back there, you can kind of see it lying down. I'm gonna cut that up. The tree farther to the right, you can't really see it right now. Near that white piece of white at the bottom, I think it's like where the base of it is. That tree was struck by lightning. So I've been cutting that up so I can get the handles ready for when I do the knives. So that's what I'm gonna do today. So I'm back here chainsawing this tree. The top one is the lightning struck one. It was over there. And of course my chain falls off my chainsaw. So now I'm just collecting wood to stack in the firewood. Does anyone know what to do with porcelain? There's gotta be some kind of use for porcelain, right? I got all these porcelain toilets the previous owners just threw back here. I bet you there's something interesting you can do with porcelain. Yeah, the first time I tried to connect with the universal creator of truth, love, and creation, I asked the question. The question I asked was like, what should I do first on the land? And I went through like a list of different options in my head. Like I tried to picture it like without words. And I think it was barefoot. I forget. And I started asking, whenever I asked the question if I should clear out this tree, clear out all this mess here, the wind would pick up. And then so I asked it again, and like the birds started chirping more. And then I asked again, and the wind picked up even more. It was like, got really gusty. I asked again, and a bird flew within 1 inch of my head. As if to say, like, are you getting it? What's the deal? You gonna keep asking? Next time I'm gonna actually hit you in the head. So, but I never actually, because I don't know why, I just never got around to actually doing this little part. And I realized, since I don't have that anvil for that forge, I have a feeling that I'm gonna find a usable anvil underneath all this shit. Cause like, look at that piece of metal there. I don't even know what that thing is, but it has a straight flat end, and it's steel. I might be able to use that. There's a freaking go-kart underneath there. Guaranteed there's usable stuff in that. And it seems like there's something underneath here. I don't even know what it is. So I think from the beginning, the universe knew, or I guess I knew, because we're all one, that this was the spot where I could find some useful shit. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah, like, look at this. I don't know, what was that, a carburetor? Buried in the ground. So there's got to be more buried in there, right? And then we got the go-kart back here. I think it's a go-kart. A really old go-kart. Or maybe an old golf cart. And these little buckets here, I came back here before. These little buckets all have like pieces of steel that are perfectly, like, in the perfect shape to be used to make a knife. Here, I'll try to squeeze under there and show you. Oh, not this one. Jesus. These fucking thorns. Oh yeah, see? See this? That would be perfect for like making a knife. There's tons of them in there. And that bucket's filled too with it. This is a tub, I'm guessing. I don't know what this is though, right here. No idea what it is. Oh, it's got a little, let's see what it is. Gas boiler. Interesting. So it's like, I guess, a heating old heating boiler. I think it might be good for as an anvil, maybe. If I turn it on its like side, if I turn it upright. All right, let's keep going. And then I think that the treasure is gonna be underneath here. If I can get over there. It seems like there's something buried here. Underneath, it's like the ground is just elevated a little bit. So it seems like there's something buried there, but I don't know. I have to clear all this shit out. And I did this communication with the creator or whatever, like one of the first days I got the land, like a year ago. Or not, it wasn't that. I guess it was like 6 months ago when I did it. So it's like the universe knew 6 months ago that I needed to take all this shit down. And I just haven't done it until now. And I'm realizing I should just shut up and just do what the universe says. Otherwise, don't ask questions. Oh, here's my busted ass roof on this garage. Try to put a tarp up there. But it still got through. I mean, it was already shit wood anyway, but this little contraption here, I'm just freaking being an idiot. It's like a Rube Goldberg roof. Jesus made this roof. Jesus Finkelstein. Him and Larry Finkelstein made my Rube Goldberg roof. Ah, shit. Yeah, I don't think Jesus was a carpenter. I think that's a joke by the Jews. I don't think his name was Jesus either. I think when they say that Jesus is burning in a lake of fire and shit, I think they're right, actually. Because I don't think Jesus was his name. I think Jesus was some random dude. Probably a gay whore or prostitute from that time that they used the word spell to associate all the miracles of the guy that actually existed with this prostitute, Jesus. And that's why they say he's burning in a lake of fire and shit, because he probably is. Because it's all about the name. That's what they think with their word spells. I mean, the guy actually existed. I think the guy 100% existed, but his name wasn't Jesus. And his name might have been Jemanuel or Emmanuel, but with a J instead of an E in the front. But I don't know. The name doesn't really matter. What matters is that he actually did the miracles. And the miracles, all of his parables are about doing miracles. The word parable, the etymology of it, is para, able. Para means beyond, super, and then able. So super abilities, super able. That's what a parable is. It's telling you how to do miracles. It's not like the metaphor is there. Like the metaphors are useful, but really the underlying message is the miracle. How to do miracles. How to reconnect with the universal creator. That's what the whole thing is about. That's what Jesus was about. The whole entire thing. That wasn't really his name, I don't think. But the name doesn't matter. Like, I find it so weird that Catholicism or Christianity has all these saints that did these amazing miracles, and Jesus, who did all these crazy miracles, walking on water, calling down storms, healing sickness, raising the dead. He's doing necromancy. And no one ever talks about any of that cool shit. No one ever talks about any of the cool shit that they did. It's all about the commandments or the rules. You got to follow the rules. If I look at the commandments, I think the first three are just total bullshit. They were made. That's the lie that they slipped in. The first three commandments of the 10. The other 7 are reasonable. But the first 3, no, that's not something that's a lie. You can kind of feel it. Like when Christians start, like, have you ever had like a Christian say, like a evangelist or something, or one of those dudes on the corner that say God saved us all, those kind of people? If they start talking to you about Jesus, don't you get like a little, like, it's like a little twitch in you that's like, get away from me? Like, there's something wrong with this? You know what I mean? Like when someone starts saying, well, Jesus, let Jesus into your heart, or Jesus is king, or something like that. You get like, I get like a little, I don't know, it's like a little twitch, I guess. A little like anxiety or something. And you can just feel it, like there's something wrong with that. And there is something wrong with it. Because the dude's name wasn't Jesus. And the only thing that really mattered was his parables or super abilities. Miracles. Yeah, sorry about the view here. It's not really that. Just busted ass garage talking about Jesus doing miracles. Let's see what else before I pack it up. Yeah, I don't know. That's why I get like, I don't know, I used to watch Owen Benjamin a lot, but now he's like so into Christianity, I get like a little bit into it, and like I still think he's funny. I still watch it every once in a while just to see what he's up to. But then he'll start going into God's law and God's plan, and you follow, fear God only. That's all fucking nonsense. And I get that twitch, a little anxiety. You gotta fear God only. No, you don't don't fear anything. You have nothing to fear at all, whatsoever. Nothing. Like, there's no good or evil. Evil is like the equivalent to taking a hammer and smashing your hand repeatedly. Like, it's not, you can do it, but you're only hurting yourself. It's like taking your head and smashing it against this nail repeatedly until it goes in your head. That's evil. That's what evil is. It's like going on and on about pedophiles and the evil, how there's evil in the world and blah blah blah. It's like going on and on about the retarded person that wears a helmet and smashes their head against, because they repeatedly smash their head against the wall, like being mad at them because they smashed their head against the wall. That's what being mad at evil is, in my opinion. It's like, you can do it, sure, but like you can also smash your head against the wall. Like, I don't know. I think I want to figure it out eventually. I mean, he knows the Christian church is all fucking pedophiles and evil. Evil as in they're only hurting themselves. But for some reason he latched onto that. I guess it's probably because he's got a lot of followers that are Christian. He doesn't want to kind of push them away. Who knows? But I find his streams kind of hard to watch now. Same with when he talks about Bitcoin. It's like he's the one that says, I don't even know why I'm talking about someone else. It's stupid. But let's say in general, but when people say money is the root of all evil, or the love of money is the root of all evil. Okay, but why? Like, if you preach that, but then you also preach that Bitcoin is evil. Bitcoin is money. If you don't love it, then it's just money. Like, I don't know why that goes over people's heads about that. I think he would make fucking bank if he started accepting Bitcoin donations. There's people that have so much fucking money in Bitcoin, they would be able to give it to him. He's an idiot for doing that. Total idiot. But, I mean, I still like him. I'm going to stop talking about other people now. That's kind of gay. Alright, that's it. That's a little, my garden. My garden, my forge, my plans to get an anvil, talking to the universal creator, talking about Jesus being in a lake of fire and shit. Because the Jews did a fast one. Did a little spell trick, like they always do. Oh, here's my neighbor. I'm gonna go. See.